You're tuned in to XA Live with Texas Tech Chi Alpha. Be sure to use the comments to react to the sermon, ask a question, or just interact with one another. Thank you for choosing to spend this time with us, and we are so excited that you're here.
Hi, I'm Laura, not Laura, and I live in this house with Diana and Adeline. Ooh! We got Texas Tech. Welcome. Okay. Welcome to Chi Alpha XA Live on Thursday night. We love that y'all are watching.
So I kind of came to Chi Alpha, well, college in general, just not really looking for any Christian friends, you could say, because I didn't really care for that, didn't really want it. I was like, my friends in high school were not anything like what people say Christian are supposed to be like, so that's what I'm used to. So yeah, I came to college, and that's when I met, KP. If you guys don't know KP, her name's Kaylee. She was on staff here for about 4 years. And she really came in and showed me what it's like to have no friendship. She loved me even though I was super awkward and couldn't hold a conversation with people. Even when I always looked real mad all the time, she was like, I'm going to fight for friendship for her. And because she did that, I was able to find Jesus my first semester in college. And if KP would have just been the second week of meeting with me, would have been like, well, she's kind of hard to talk to. We don't have anything in common, and just ghosted me, I guess you could say, of not really talking to me that much anymore, or asking me to hang out because it was too hard, I wouldn't be in the place I am right now. And that's because KP loved me well and showed me what friendship looks like. So yeah, what was it like when Aaron first met you?
Yeah, so I met Aaron at a yoga class, and it was really strange because I haven't even done much yoga. And so going there, I was already nervous because I didn't have a mat, I didn't have no knowledge. But we were standing outside waiting for the instructor to get there, and then it was Aaron, Mariah, and Kaylee, and they just started talking to me, and I didn't think anything was weird. I was just like, either just starting a conversation, just being friends, just being nice, but then we ended up doing yoga right next to each other. She just laid her mat right down next to mine, and I was like, oh, okay, we'll do yoga together. And we were just talking the entire time, as they're downward dog, she's like, so where are you from? And it was just so easy to talk to her. And then she invited me to play volleyball that night, and it was just so fun. She was just so easy to talk to. She was just really wanted to know me instead of just asking the basic questions, what are you majoring in? How long have you lived in Lubbock? Where are you originally from? It was more deeper questions why are you choosing to major in this? Why are you choosing to come to tech? It was just really in-depth, real good questions. And I was like, yes, you're so cool. Let's be friends. So yeah, Adeline, how did you get with Precious?
Well, I knew about Chi Alpha in my hometown, so it was in my church basically. They had their meetings there, so I grew up knowing about Chi Alpha and all the friends that installed the way they showed friendship even there. So coming to tech, I was like, hey, I want to be still involved in this. So I actually had lunch with Diana and Precious and KP and Aaron too. The
Aaron,
old house that used to be here. But we had lunch with my parents. It was very awkward. Paige and Nick were there too. And Precious talked to me the whole time, and we were just chatting about engineering, and she just continued to talk with me and pursue me even during times when I was not the best. I was like, this is awkward. I don't know anyone. I don't want to go to a giant group. But it's so worth fighting through that and seeing how Precious has fought for me through that and how I can fight for other people.
Yeah, that's really good.
It's kind of like what Laura was saying when she first met Aaron. It wasn't just the surface level questions. It was even when she just met her, it was getting deeper and getting to know her more. Because you can say you have a friendship with someone, but then when someone asks you hey, so when's this person's birthday, or what's their favorite thing to do, you just don't know anything about it because you are you might have gone to the mindset of like, okay, this person I'm going to bring into my small group, and we're just going to hang out and just talk about small group things, and that's the only time I hang out with them. But godly friendship requires so much more than that. Like in the Bible, when Jesus was like making disciples, like he still like spent time with them. He like discipled them and told them about like the God and stuff like that in those conversations. But it wasn't just like, I'm only going to hang out with you because you need to know about Jesus. It's like, I'm going to hang out with you because I love you and I want to be your friend. And so I feel like that's the biggest thing, because you can have so many people in your circle, in your small group, but you don't really have real friendships with them because you're not building those friendships. So then they will never actually get to know Jesus well, because they're never actually going to love of Jesus well, because you're not sharing them that through friendships with them.
Yeah, and like being really intentional and just staying loyal to that friend, like it just shows so much more than just texting them like, hey, how are you? Just like really like planning and setting time aside to like meet with them, hang out with them, like make phone calls, you know? And an example was like Ruth and Naomi in the Bible, or like David and Jonathan. Those two people, Ruth and Jonathan, were both so just loyal, and they really stayed by their side even through like tough times. Like both stories have like really harsh times. David was trying to get killed, and Naomi was like widow. Her husband died, and and they're both just so like there for them, and they're just like their number one like supporter, and that's just like really needed for like really healthy and like strong friendships.
I think now it's the value of friendship isn't as seen as much through just like normal worldly friendships and that way, and how like, because like what y'all were saying about like needing to fight for friendship, needing to go through the tough things, and most of the time people are just ghosted and they're like, peace out, you're actually hard to deal with, so I'm gonna leave. But actually we're all hard to deal with, and that's the whole point of having friendships is, hey, I'm gonna be loyal to you and we're gonna be friends, and I'm gonna be your friend even when you're not my friend. And yeah, how do y'all think like friendships are like different in a Christian community versus people?
I think what's the most like biggest difference is like people who aren't Christians maybe don't want to like embarrass themselves by like putting themselves out there and being vulnerable. And with Christians, like we are very vulnerable with each other and with people that we're trying to get close with. And so that's like to me the biggest difference is like really just being open and like not being scared to like embarrass yourself by like talking to someone you don't know. Like you don't know how like their reactions are gonna be if we're like, hey, like Erin could have very much not have said anything to me if she was scared that like I was gonna be like, this girl is just talking to me, just to know who I am, you know, but she didn't, and it was great. And now we're like best friends. Resource leader, Erin.
Yeah, I think it's been I wasn't a Christian before I came to college, so it's been a while since I've been in high school and been around like my friends who aren't walking with the Lord. I really only have one from high school that's like stayed, and I think the biggest difference is that once like where like distance separates you, there's not really much for you to talk about anymore, and so your like common understanding of why you're a friend, like why you're friends in the first place, is gone. Because like before it was like, oh yeah, I can talk to my friends because we go to the same high school, like we like kind of the same things and stuff like that, and so we have things to talk about. It's like a normal thing to do. But then when I went to college and started finding Jesus, and then I started to share what I'm learning with my friends, they're like, I could care less, and I understandably, because they aren't walking with the Lord, and that's just how it is. But they're like, one of my friends was like, I just don't think I can be close to Diana anymore because she doesn't like all the same things that I want to do anymore. Like she doesn't want to go out and party and do things that aren't godly. Like she doesn't want to do that anymore. And she was like, and that's fine, but we just can't be close anymore. And that's how we're not that close anymore. And it's because those friendships were just built off of, okay, we have the same like interests, so let's hang out. Well, now that we don't have the same interests, let's not hang out anymore. But that's not how it is in godly community. Like even if we don't have those same things in common, there are tons of people that I'm friends with that they do not. Most people don't like any of the stuff I like, and that's fine. But that doesn't change the fact that we can't be friends. Like, I might talk about things I like, and they're like, that's weird, and I'm like, that's cool. You think it's weird. I still like it, but they're still going to be open to like maybe doing something that I like sometimes because they know, like, because they love Jesus, because they love me. And then, so yeah, it's great when you do have godly friendships, and then that one person does like something that you like, so you're like, let me hold on to you. So, Erin, thanks for watching all the movies with me. I really appreciate it. So we talked a lot about vulnerability in this conversation. What do you think that looks like? Like, what is true vulnerability, and how have you seen that in your relationships here, like with our friends?
Yeah, I see like vulnerability being not, I guess, packaging off any of yourself like to something that God can't use. Like, He's made us and He's done so much work inside of us. Like, what a dishonor it would be not to show that to other people and allow them to be a part of your life. Actually, allow them to inspect your life also, because we need each other to, check ourselves. Because if we like lock that up, and then we'll never know. Really, it becomes like distorted in our own heads. So, like, vulnerability really opens up friendships, because most of the times when you're vulnerable with someone, they're willing to be vulnerable back to you. There is the chance that, you get hurt from it, but I think there's like so much value in whenever it goes well that it's worth getting hurt a couple of times through the process. Like, before I came to college with my friends, I was so closed off, I did not tell people my favorite color. It took 10 years before I told people my favorite color. It is yellow. But
I was about to ask, what is it?
But like, coming here and being able to trust God more than I distrust people, I guess. He's shown me how like I can trust people, and because I trust Him with my feelings. So I've been able to like open up in that sort of way.
Yeah. That's good. Do y'all have any times when it's been true in y'all's life?
Yeah, it was cool. Like, literally right when I came to know Jesus and started like hanging out more with Paige and KP and Precious and stuff, vulnerability just came a lot more easier to me. Like, I didn't think about what would it, like, I could get hurt in it. I was just like, there are so many things that are happening that I've never been vulnerable with people about, and so now I need to tell you, because I know you care for me, I know that you love me, and so I'm going to tell you everything. And so I thought from like freshman year that I was like, oh yeah, vulnerability is so easy to have. But then I started making new friends that weren't as like, and meeting new people that weren't as close to me as like KP and Paige were, and Erin and stuff like that. And so, and then I realized it was actually hard, because I was like, I don't really want to tell these people anything. Like, you don't actually know me. I don't want something that I say to like make you think any different of me. And so it was really hard to open up to my small group girls, and that was really hard in our friendship too in the first place. But after a while, like, I was like, if I'm not vulnerable with them, how can they be vulnerable with me? And so kind of just one day at small group, I was like, I'm going to tell you guys everything like that I feel like the Lord is speaking to me. And so I just told them everything. And I was like, literally, most, like, you guys are the very few people who know like this really big secret about me, but I know that you love me, I know that you care about me, so you're not going to just like talk about this. And I know like me sharing this will help you grow as well. And so that's how like I've really grown in vulnerability, from not talking to anyone at all about my problems, oversharing, because I was like, I need to get everything off my chest, and then coming to a part where I was like, I can let people know about my life, and it's not something that's like uncomfortable for them to know.
Yeah. I think like on the other side of things, it's also really easy for people to be vulnerable with you if they know that you're trustworthy and that you're like have open ears and that you're willing to like hear them and listen to them. And it's just really like comforting to know whenever you're talking to someone and like they want to hear and to help you. And so I think that's also really important. Like, just making sure that with all friendships, when you're being vulnerable, like, if you're not the one that is speaking, just make sure that you're listening and like really just trying to understand. Even if you don't understand, just try to be helpful, I'm just gonna tell y'all, I used to always 100% rely on other people texting me, asking me to hang out with them, or like checking up on me, phone calls to me, FaceTime, all of that. I would never like set aside time just to like text someone or ask if they're okay or just hang out with them. I just didn't realize that I was being a bad friend to these people until, thank you Jesus, he just wrecked my heart and just showed me that like the things that I'm expecting from other people I'm not returning and I'm not giving that back, and it's just not a good, healthier like friendship. They're showing me and like loving me so much, and then I'm just not giving that in return, and it's just like it was terrible. Now I'm getting better. Right now? Yeah, okay. It's better. What about y'all?
Yeah, I guess for me it was, I'm a very judgmental person. Like if I see you and like there is something that you did or something that you said, then I just like in my head I start thinking like, okay, this is how the character is. We can either be friends or we can't be friends. And I had to put people in those categories. And so like Jesus really showed me that because I was doing that, I was not loving people well at all. Like it was kind of like that when I first started small group leading. It was like, oh, this person is too smart. I can't be friends with them because I'm not smart and we can't have conversations and stuff like that. And so because Jesus tells us like our definition of love is unselfishly choosing for the highest good of God and his kingdom. And he was showing me I wasn't doing that because I was basically basing what people's value in the kingdom was based off what I thought. And so after like obviously I took this to Jesus and asked him to help me change. And it's been a growing process of me not looking at someone right away and already putting them in a box of like if we can talk or if we can't talk. But it's been a growing thing of like, okay, this person isn't like me at all. They're very outgoing. They're very in your face. I'm not like that, but I'm gonna talk to them regardless and love them well because they can obviously teach me so many things that I can grow in as well. Like seeing the positive sides of the personality, like Laura, super outgoing. I'm not.
Diana, yes you are.
Sure, I guess she is. And so I can learn so much from Laura and her personality. It's like her loving people just so well, and I'm like, wow, I want to be just like that. And so, yeah, Jesus is showing me a lot from my friendship with Laura and Adeline and her selflessness. I was really like, I'm kind of just in my head sometimes of like, it's just okay, what's benefits me, what's good for me. But Adeline really showed me that it's like, you know, like let's care about other people and think about put others' needs before mine.
Sounds good.
Yeah, I know I struggle a lot with dying to like my expectations of what friendship should look like. Like in my head, I guess from my past experiences or like and that sort of thing, I've had like really long and strong friendships, but I haven't had like a variety of friendships. And each friendship you have with people looks a different way. But if we have our minds in this box of like, actually the friendship has to look this certain way, and then you'll never find it because they aren't that person and you aren't the same way with them as you are with new friends. And yeah, God was just like, are you having friendships because of what they supply you, or are you having friendships because of me? And I was like, oh, okay, yeah, I'm gonna be friends because of you and not myself, because that would be awful. So, yeah. I think it's so incredible, like how our community is, and like how well we love one another, and how even strangers, it seems like that just come in, you feel like you know them because it's like we all have the same purpose and goal, and you can just like click automatically and you're like, oh, we've hung out for an hour, but now we're friends because you're awesome and our goal is the same, like glorifying Jesus. And like, just imagine if that was our whole campus and you go out and like no minute is like wasted, but like you can see the glory of God in every single person as you walk by, and just they love one another because like we're known as God's disciples for loving one another. So just imagine if that was like our whole campus and that love was shared, and you know that obviously would carry over because everyone's pursuing some kind of career path, and then we could go as groups and spread throughout all of the nation, like being known as disciples, and so our whole campus goes out and be like, oh yeah, we know how to love one another, we know how to be friends, and like they're weird, they're different, like, but I kind of want to know them because of how well they talk with each other. I think it's incredible just to see. It would be so different than how it almost is now, like being very distant and separate, but actually being together as one in our community, but also a larger community.
Yeah, it like just thinking about godly friendships and how like it affects so many people's lives. I have one of my small girls, Sierra. She has been such a joy to know. I've known her for about a year now, and she's just taught me so many things about just being spontaneous and not just sticking to the book for things. I'm usually like, okay, what is this person like? Okay, let's make sure every time I hang out with them, we go do something interesting, because I'm kind of boring because I just kind of want to sit at home and do nothing. But she is so good at just like texting me randomly, like, hey Diana, I think I'm gonna go to the mall. You want to do that? And I was like, I don't really hang out at the mall, but sure, I'll come pick you up. And going to the mall, and then we're at the mall, and she's like, actually, we should go here too. And I'm like, okay, we can go there too. And it's just been so cool to like how her personality has rubbed off on me of like, yeah, it's great to be spontaneous. It's great to be outgoing and wanting to do so many different things. And Sierra just taught me so much about that, and I can't imagine what life would be like right now if Sierra wasn't in my life, with her just like FaceTime me whenever, or always being willing to ask me questions and be vulnerable with me, because it's shown me how I can be more vulnerable with the people around me. Even if like we're now recently getting super close, and it's like she's able to open up so easily, and it's like I should be able to do that too with people I've already known for a while. Like she's opening up so fast, I should be able to open up so fast as well. So yeah, she's just helped me grow, and it's like in the Bible where it says iron sharpens iron. Like I can teach her things, she's teaching me things. We're both growing with Jesus.
Yeah. A friend that I'm thinking of that has just like inspired me to be a better friend. She's really pushed me to go through LTC and become a small group leader is my small group leader, now a resource leader, Erin Beatty. I love you. I love her. She's so like just giving, and she's just so willing to do everything like for anybody. Literally, she doesn't know that person. She'll just like go pick them up, buy them lunch, whatever they need. Like she's just so willing, and I just love her. And she's like inspired me and so many like other people in Chi Alpha to just be better and just be better Christians and just like overall well-rounded person. A+. Love you. Mwah.
So much love for Erin.
So much love for Erin. Cool. So since I will hopefully become a small group leader and hopefully build a small group, Erin's given me so much courage to like go up to people who I don't know and just be like, hey, that's what she did with me, and that's what I see her do with other people and other girls in our small group. She literally just knocked on this girl's door and just asked to be friends. I think that's how the story goes. Lindsay? Maybe. But she just gave me so much like encouragement to like set aside my pride and like my wanting to like be cool and not weird, to just try to be friends with people and like not worry about like hurting their feelings, but like you have to look at it as if like you are trying to, I don't know what the word is, like you're trying to like make them, I don't know what the word is, but we're trying to like help them out, become Christians. I don't know. Okay, let me stick this in here. Disciple them.
That word.
Yeah.
I was like, what are we trying to do?
Yeah, disciple them to be
Yes.
Christians and to love other people.
Yeah.
Because, what's that thing you said, the verse?
I don't know.
Oh, what did y'all already say it about loving other people because that's what God calls us to do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, we're known
We
by
We're known by his disciples, but
Oh, did y'all say that already?
Yes.
Oh, you
I don't
did?
think
Oh,
so.
okay. Because if you didn't, I was going to insert that. I'd be like, she says this. He. It's Jesus.
Hey guys, it's Andrew Oak from Texas Tech Chi Alpha, also known as Only Andrew and Nothing Else. I just want to initiate a challenge to y'all that's kind of near and dear to my heart recently, but it's pretty much I want y'all to take your daily interactions to account. Like for me recently, I picked up a job at Costco, and I've been thinking, my old job, I haven't really been speaking about the word or anything about the Lord's people. And that now at Costco, I've been there for 3 months and I've reached out to 2 people. I'm just trying to make it count. And I've been going through my social media or my contacts and looking at those people that the relationships, I've given away. And I've just been thinking about them, praying for them. So I want you guys to go out there, go through your daily interactions, look at your relationships, and then just take it into account. All right. Have a good one.
Thank you for watching XA Live. We hope you enjoyed this message and be sure to tune in at the same time next week.
And action. Okay.
Kaya, baby.